So now we'll try and add some functionality so that the NPC can occasionally charge at us and try to kick us, and we'll see how that pans out. So open up the blueprint for the NPC, go to the viewport, select the capsule, and we'll add an arrow component, call it kick arrow, and position that roughly where her foot will be when she's at the peak of the kick. So just like we've done previously, we'll try to replicate that. I'll just say something like that will be a good starting point, and then we'll go to the event graph and let's drag this over, and we can break this link and instead connect it to a branch. And then let's generate a random integer, random int in range. And while we are testing, let's just make it always generate the number 4. And if this does equal 4, we want the NPC to charge at us and try to kick. So we can say drag off the return value equals. We can say check if it's equal to 4. So we want a 1 in 4 chance for the NPC to get angry. We can plug that into the condition. So if that isn't the case, we'll just continue the normal functionality. If it is true, we can drag off here and we'll just cast to BP Hudson again. So if the NPC is charging at us, we want to go ahead and increase the walking speed. So we can drag on the character movement, drag off character movement, set max walk speed. If we set that to 600, it should mean that the NPC will be running. So we can connect if this cast is successful, connect this up, and then we want the NPC to start running towards us. So we can drag off here, say AI move to, and we can set this to our self. We can drag off there, type self, get reference to self. The destination will be our player character, so we can drag off here, get actor location, and then we can connect that into here. If we test this now, if the NPC can see us, they should start charging towards us. We just want to plug that into there, and then we should be able to compile that, save, give it a test. Yeah, cool. So they can, when they spot us, they'll start charging towards us. So this could be a bit of trial and error, but let's just say after the NPC reaches the destination, play the kick animation for the body. So compile and save, and we'll quickly check that out. So at the moment they kick immediately, so if we break this and drag off the on success and test that out. So now they run towards us and they eventually do the kick. We might try to increase the acceptance radius to 15, and then we'll see what that looks like. I think if we try to increase the acceptance radius to 100, it'll give them a better chance of actually hitting us with the kick. So as we've already done, we'll go ahead and add a delay to allow enough time for the kick to reach the peak position, the foot to reach the top, so roughly 0.3 seconds. And then we can drag in the kick arrow, drag off that, get world location, and get the rotation. Drag off the delay, spawn the kick hit actor, spawn actor from class, kick hit actor. You can right click on this pin, split struct pin, and plug in the location and rotation. And then if we head back to the kick hit actor, go to the sphere, search for hidden. We don't want to hide it in the game for the moment, and we'll do the same for the arrow. Compile and save. And then when we test, we should see when they kick, that sphere and arrow will be placed in the game for a short period of time. Yep, there it is. Whoops. I think she may have kicked herself. Cool, so that's roughly about right. And then after we've done that, we just want to do another delay for roughly half a second to allow the kick animation to finish. And then we can set the animation mode for the body and set it back to use the animation blueprint, compile, save. And then if we test that, charges at us, and yep, that looks like it would have been a direct hit. And then they go back to the idle animation, and yep, so that looks like it's working for the most part. We could increase this radius a little bit more to say 150, and we'll see how that goes. And then we just want to revert the character movement back to the original speed. So the default character movement for me is 250 centimeters. So if we just drag the character movement on, set max walk speed, and in my case I'll just say 250 centimeters, connect those pins, compile and save that. So now the NPC should go back to the walking speed and animation after they've attempted to kick us. Let's go over to the blueprint for our player character, and like we've done previously, we can just add a custom event, call it got kicked, compile and save that, and we'll just leave that for the moment. Go over to the kick hit actor blueprint, which we saved under content blueprints kick hit actor. So there's certainly better ways to do this in a larger game, but if we just drag off the cast failed, so if it's not Vivian the collision sphere hits, we'll try to cast it to Hudson. Alright, the player character blueprint that we're running around as, and we can try and call his got kicked event. And we'll also need to go back to the got kicked event, go over to the details, and just add an input for kick location, and make that of type vector. Compile and save that. And then back to the kick hit actor, we can just connect the return value for the arrow and pass that into kick location. So this should be good to go now, so we can compile and save that. And we'll have to connect the other actor into this object pin, and then we should be able to compile and save it. So now our kick hit actor has the ability to detect a collision with the character that we're playing with and call its got kicked event, and then we can implement the got kicked functionality. Roughly similar to how we've done it previously, we'll drag off the got kicked, we'll enable physics for our mesh, check this, and then we want to go ahead and add an impulse to the mesh.